Hey, what's up guys? Thank you very much for being on Electrica. Now today I have this computer power supply before me, and I would like to have a normal power supply for my electronic projects. And a real power supply like this one, they tend to be costly, but I can have one out of this. And the reason why this is the best, candidate for that, it's because the power here or the voltages here are well regulated. Okay, so this is pretty old power supply, and if you look at the voltages here, we have three sets of voltage. So we have 12 volts at 12 amps, then we have 5 volts at 25 amps, and we have 3.3 volts at 14 amps. Now you see the most voltage that we always use, at least I prefer 12, but you see it has a very small current. That means that this power supply cannot really work on the modern computers today. Okay, but the new power supply, you'll find that the 12 volts terminal would even have 40 amps or 42 amps. Okay. All right, so nevertheless, I can still get a good power supply out of this, because all the projects that I'll be using this for cannot really take this much amp. Okay, all right. Now, before we do that, I will show you one thing. I already did the drilling here. It's not that smart, but you follow along and see what will come. Now I have, I'll provide a switch for this, because you've seen this power supply doesn't feature a switch anywhere. So I'll have a switch right here, and I'll have some 2 LED, and then I'll have the connectors. Now, what I'm planning to do is, so this is a normal switch, okay? It's it's a normal switch. It shouldn't be, over high rate, okay? And then I'll have 2 LED. One will be for standby, and then the other will be for power on, in case you switch the thing on, okay? Then the switch is to turn the power supply on. Now, I'm just going to use these normal AV audio connectors, okay? They are connectors that are really suitable for this job, but I really didn't find them. So, yeah, based on the projects, you see, this will pretty work very well, no problem, okay? Unless you're going to be, loading something that will bring a whole lot of current, that's when you consider changing this, okay? All right, but for the purpose of the video, they will do, okay? And then you can use this to, to pick, okay? But now, maybe you're asking how, because if you look at now this connector here, this whole part conducts. But what we are going to do, we're only going to use the inner part only, the one which is insulated. So the other part will just remain. So that's why I'll need to use 2 of them, such that I pick on white and I pick also on red. Okay? All right, now let's get into it. So okay, now this is it, a typical power supply. Now, the other thing which we need to do is to get rid of all these, because we don't really need them. So I'll just get it out here, and so we can start cutting out this, okay? Okay, now after cutting all these, now we need to get to know some color codes. Okay, now like area I showed you on the plate, I showed you the voltages here. So we have three sets of voltage. We have 3.3, 5, and 12. So now basing on the wire here, now all the black wires are ground. All the black wires are ground. And then here we have the yellow wire will give us 12 volts. The orange one will give us, this orange one will give us 3.3, and then we have the red one will give us 5 volts. Okay, now the other thing also that you have to know is the green wire is our on. Okay, so if you short the green wire with the black, then this thing turns on. At the moment, if you power it, it won't turn on. Okay, but you have to short this one so it will act as, that's where our switch will go. Now this purple wire, that's why I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the LED. So the purple wire and the ground will give us standby, and then we'll pick one red to make it on. Then the other wires, will just leave them out for now. Okay, so all we have to do now is to sort out the wires basing on the color. Okay. Okay, now what we are going to do, we have to split out these wires. Okay, now we're going to strip. Okay, now we've bundled these wires together. We've bundled these wires together. So since I have, you know, like I showed you, I need to have each 2 holes that will be separate voltage, separate voltage, separate voltage. Okay, done. So what I've done, I've separated the red wire. The red wire is the 5 volts, and then I've separated the orange wire, which is the 3.3 volts, and then the yellow wire, which is the 12 volts. How do I know that? By testing. I measure by multimeter. I'll show you in a bit. And then we have the brown wire, I mean the purple wire, which I told you that it will, you know, it will work as a standby on the LED. Then we have the power on. And then on the red, yes, on the red, we have to leave one wire, and that wire will act as our power on. Okay. Yes. So, having done that, now we can put in our these stuffs. Okay. So, I have to put in this a little quick. So I'll begin with positive. Just put in like that. So I'm just going to do this a little quick. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let us bundle in this switch like that. And then I'm going to use a hot glue to fill this switch. Okay. Now we need to do the LED. Okay, now we can go ahead and do the soldering now that we have done all this. All right, as you can see, we have 4 sets of wires that we are going to solder out. So every black goes to white, and all the other colors we choose on the lines. Since I've put some solders on the wires, so we can go ahead and do this. Okay. All right. Now we've only remained with to connect these lights here and the switch. Okay, so now what we are gonna do is we want to join these together, and then we can put the common. Okay. Okay. Now the red wire will help us to give us the on signal. Then the green will be standby. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. This purple will be standby. And then we have green, which is gonna be our on. Okay. Okay, we now have to get a piece of wire to connect here and our ground. Okay. All right. Now I think we look pretty well. That's how it looks like. So we have our switch and we have connected all the wires. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, a little quick, I'm going to put some tape here such that I isolate these wires very well. Just a quick one. Okay, guys, I've just done some insulation here because I didn't use a shrinkers. Okay, now I can go ahead and cover our stuff here, and then we test. Okay. All right. All right, now this is what we have, and this is how it looks like. Okay. Okay, now we have a 12 voltage, we have 5, we have 12, and we have 3. We have 3, we have 12, and we have, so none of this is shorting because I've only used the inside connection, not the outside connection. And then we have the lights here. So let us power him up and we see. You hear the fan goes on. Our fan is not doing well, but we can test the voltage and see. Okay, I have a multimeter here that I want to show you how we can test this voltage here. Now I can switch on. So let us test. So the first one, that's 5.1. Then we go to the next one. That is 3.3. Now we go to the last one. The last one is 12.4. Yes. Did you see that? That is 12.4. That's 3.3. And that's 5.1. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. So if you have any old power supply, you can really do something like this, and it's not a big deal. So, and the other thing also, these videos, or such a contents, there are a bunch of them on YouTube. So you can feel free this is not the first. It's a disclaimer. Okay, thank you very much. And please have a great day. So my LED is dead, it's not working. So, but everything is fine. Thank you very much for being with Electrica, and I'm out.